Welcome to the plane profile of the Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II, the aircraft built around the gun. The A-10 first flew on May 10, 1972, was manufactured from then until 1984 and is still in operation. Its name, Thunderbolt II, is a reference to the P-47 Thunderbolt, a World War II piston engine fighter, but it is often called the Warthog or Hog instead. The A-10 is very much not a fighter aircraft, and was meant instead to take over from the A-1 Skyraider in close air support roles. That is, to support ground troops by attacking ground targets from the air. That's why it features a straight wing which limits its ability to fly at high speeds but improves its capabilities at slower speeds so that it can engage ground targets effectively. The key weapon of the A-10 in this attack role is the GAU-8 cannon at its nose, which fires 30mm rounds at a rate of fire of 3,900 rounds per minute. The A-10 was built around the GAU-8, even to the extent that its forward landing gear is placed on the right side instead of in the center to make way for the gun. The GAU-8 is about 16% of the A-10's empty weight. When the plane first flew though, the cannon was not yet ready, and it first flew with it installed in 1977. Aside from the GAU-8, the A-10 can carry a bewildering assortment of weapons on 8 wing hardpoints and 3 fuselage pylons, with a total capacity of 16,000 pounds or 7 metric tons. The normal maximum takeoff weight of the plane is 46,000 pounds or roughly 20 tons, and it is 25,000 pounds when empty. Its fuel capacity is 11,000 pounds or about 5 tons. Its 2 General Electric TF-34 turbofans, also used on the Lockheed S-3, generate 9,065 pounds of thrust or 40.32 kilonewtons each. The engines are mounted high on the fuselage to reduce the risk of intaking debris, since the plane was meant to operate on makeshift air bases. The engines pushed the plane to a cruise speed of around 300 knots or 345 miles per hour with a max speed of 381 knots. At those speeds, the A-10 is rather slow for a modern combat aircraft, which is one reason why there has always been a push to replace it in its close air support role with faster aircraft. Still, it has been so effective, particularly in the first Gulf War, Operation Desert Storm, that it has so far continued to be upgraded. The A-10A was the only variant actually mass-produced, but it was upgraded into the A-10C starting in 2005 with cockpit upgrades and improved fire control system, electronic countermeasures, and other features. Currently, the US Air Force plans to replace the A-10 with the F-35, which, with its unique engine configuration offering low-speed capability, solves the problem with other replacement candidates lacking in this area. The F-35 can sustain low speeds over ground targets without the A-10's straight wing, so it can go slow when necessary but also travel past the speed of sound and more than double the speed of the A-10. It also has a low radar cross-section, that is stealth capability, so that it is less vulnerable than the A-10. However, it is also much more expensive. Whether the Air Force will actually deploy the F-35 in place of the A-10 remains to be seen. Can a multi-role fighter actually replace a plane so tailor-made for its purpose? By all accounts, the A-10 with its unique design has been remarkably successful in its role and has been made even more so with further upgrades. It has fended off many attempts to surpass it and remains much beloved by aviation enthusiasts. With that, thank you for watching this plane profile of the A-10.